people at baseball games and piano recitals and a slew of other public events where clapping was a necessity, and wondered why other people could clap louder, with more force, and just generally had a better sounding clap than I did. Then I found out my left hand was bigger than my right hand. When I hold my hands together and position them perfectly on top of each other, making sure that the bottom of each hand is touching, you can barely see it, but my left middle finger tops over my right middle finger by about a half of a quarter of an inch. It's not something you'd notice while watching me mold clay or carve small, useless figurines out of an old piece of driftwood. But I realized it's affected me in ways I didn't realize up until recently. Bad clapping has to be the most depressing result of having a left hand that's bigger than a right hand. Initially, I was pissed as a child that I couldn't whistle. That was quickly resolved when I realized you didn't have to whistle out, but could whistle in, even though it makes you appear like you've got asthma. I was proud of my troubleshooting skill, but even more depressed when it was topped by a second, more devastating blow. Soon after, at a friend's magic show, I realized that I could never get my claps to sound as solid and loud as everyone else's. Seriously, some people just have a skill of clapping so loud that it reverberates throughout any room, but not me. People started calling me the lacquer clapper, since I lacked the skill of fully executing a perfect, solid clap. Thanks, left hand. Really, thanks a lot. Of course, clapping isn't the only everyday situation affected by the bigger/smaller hand stage. Don't ever ask me to shake your hand with my left hand, but since I'm a right-handed girl, it won't often happen anyway, because the incremental difference in size causes me to overgrasp someone's hand, thus making it seem like I'm subtly trying to send you a message while shaking your hand. I've seen the looks when I've reached out with my left, if I was holding something in my right hand, but still needed to shake a hand. And often people walk away with a look of quiet fear. My left hand is bigger than my right hand, and doesn't have the practice of being the bigger shaker when it comes to the hand thing. Having a left hand that's a tad bigger than the right hand also affects a variety of other cultural instances in life that include, but are not limited to, waving, kneading dough, slapping pigs, riding a pogo stick, holding a churro while eating a burrito, crawling through air ducts, giving someone a boost, recreating the famous Potter's Wheel scene from Ghost. When one hand is bigger than the other, it's going to every time. But clapping, my friends, clapping is the worst. Whether or not you believe it, society is filled with clapping racists who judge you and who you are based on the decibel level and quality of your clap. If your clap sounds hollow, if your clap isn't loud, if your clap sounds like you're slapping a balloon instead of smashing a wall, they will turn and glare at you in the middle of that show just to subconsciously urge you to clap louder, to clap better, to clap like you're supposed to clap like you love what you're seeing. Because if you aren't clapping right, you're quietly giving off a bad, unsupported impression. That is, unless your left hand is bigger than your right hand. In which case, you have no control over how well you clap, how awkward a handshake may feel to others, and how that small little figurine you just carved looks like a deformed Smurf instead of a wise old sea captain on the open high seas. I mean, really, what can you do?